So who are the Whisperers? They are a big part of the Walking Dead storyline. Pretty much after the All Out War series, they slowly begin to bring horror to Rick and Co. I'm not going to go into the Whisperer War that's currently ongoing. This video will primarily explain who they are and how they showed up. Honestly, you guys think Negan and the Saviors are badass? Just wait until you see these guys. Obviously, this will contain spoilers for the comics, so make sure you're aware of that before watching any further. The Whisperers are a mysterious group that really are the creepiest thing to ever happen to the Walking Dead comic book series. They actually carve and skin walkers and wear their skin as a shield, taking Rick and Glenn's walker blood coverage technique into a whole new direction. You can just imagine Rick at Alexandria, living there, doing daily duties, and then instead of a walker biting him, it tackles him and just drags him away. I cannot wait to see that on TV. We're introduced to the Whisperers by Marco and Ken. They're out there doing their duties. They're actually the new people we meet after the All Out War series. They're a part of Hilltop. Marco tells his buddies at Hilltop that he's hearing walkers whisper at him. Now, obviously, everyone's laughing at him. He's psychotic to them, but Ken goes missing, so a search party is sent out to look for him. The Whisperers are then revealed to the group, and they kidnap Dante and kill the other Hilltop survivors. Jesus and other members are a part of the scouting party now and are now looking for them. It's very confusing to them as to why people are just leaving, but as the comic book reveals, the Whisperers are following Jesus and Co. as well. This time, however, when the Whisperers attack, Jesus manages to kill all of them except one. He didn't kill all the Whisperers, just the men that the Whisperers had sent out. Paul takes the one Whisperer he kept alive and brings him back to Hilltop to be interrogated. Confused and a little scared of this walker, Jesus unmasks the walker and it's revealed that it is a 16-year-old girl. Her name is then introduced to us as Lydia. She plays a big role in the comics. She's very forthcoming about everything and tells Jesus everything. She tells him the Whisperers do not harm the undead. Instead, they live among them. As the conversation goes on, Carl is placed in a cell next to Lydia. He's only there because of some fight that happened with Hilltop bullies and whatnot, so Maggie placed him there. Jesus and Maggie then leave to tell other Hilltop survivors about the Talking Dead, get it? While alone, Carl and Lydia begin to have a conversation. After some talk, they start to form a bond. This actually convinces Carl to talk to Maggie about untying her. As this is going on, there are two Whisperers just over Hilltop. Kind of like how Negan watched Hilltop from afar in the All Out War series. They watched how Hilltop operates and observed the inner workings in the bushes they were hiding in. As they watch, Alpha arrived and takes the Whisperers to Hilltop to propose a trade with Maggie. She's the leader of the Whisperers. Actually, the second in command or the right-hand man to Alpha is Beta, so you can see what they were going for. Maggie agrees to the trade, she'll give back Alpha's daughter, Lydia, if they give back Dante and Ken. So they trade back and the Whisperers leave. Carl actually follows them too, and then a bunch of other stories happen, but that's basically how they were introduced to us. I'll make another video in the future explaining the Whisperer War and what happens there, and just some of the other stuff that built up to that war. But quick spoilers here that I want to discuss. There's huge deaths for the Walking Dead comic book series and potential huge death spoilers for the show, so don't watch any further if you don't want to know any of this. Their leader, Alpha, actually dies. And you know how she dies? By Negan. That's right, Negan escaped his cell in Alexandria where he was held from after the All Out War series ended, and he seemingly joins the Whisperers, but he doesn't really. He kind of does, but not really. While there, a bunch of stuff goes on, but one night as she's telling Negan, Alpha, about how much she's failing as a leader, it almost seems like Negan and her are falling in love, but then he cuts off her head and that's the end of that. Another big death is Ezekiel, the king with a tiger. Although his tiger was long dead before the Whisperers came around, Ezekiel died along with Rosita in a pretty jarring way. The Whisperers cut off their heads and placed them on spikes along a border that separated Rick's group's territory and theirs. It's pretty messed up. Actually, in one of the latest issues, Father Gabriel dies when running away from the Whisperer army. Beta, who at that point is their leader, kills him, giving him an easy way out. The Whisperers are a pretty scary army. They look like walkers, and I think that's the most interesting thing about them. That's their appeal. Like, they just look so terrifying that when fighting them, it's going to weaken your confidence a little bit. I just love that they got their name from whispering to other people when they're dressed up as walkers. Like, they just really like to screw with people's minds like that. But what do you guys think about the Whisperers? I will be doing another video explaining more of that story behind all of that, but this was just an introductory video into who they are and how we were introduced to them. Make sure to subscribe for more content like this. Oh, and by the way, this Sunday's Walking Dead predictions video will be the announcement of the $20 Amazon gift card winner. So make sure you're just a subscriber and that you like and comment on any video to qualify. But if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.